So today we're going to talk about what happened to my husband. On November the 5th, 2024, which was my daughter's first day of daycare, my husband and I was on the phone as I was dropping them off to daycare, and we just was like talking about like how it's going to go. I'm going to drop them off, he going to pick them up. I was also getting ready for nursing school. I was supposed to start nursing school the following month, so we was just getting everything in order and like saying what time I should leave, like trying to get all the times and all of that together so that I can be successful in nursing school. So after I dropped them off, we kind of like touched on what the daycare looked like, um, the staff and stuff like that. So I drove to Wegmans and I called my husband to see like if he wanted something from there. Our daughter drinks had at that time drunk a special milk, so Wegmans was one of the only markets that had it. So I drive there, and then I get home. I'm taking the clothes out the washing machine and like folding them as I'm taking them out. So my husband called me, and we also talking again, like, what you doing, where you at, whatever, like that. So he was telling me that he was on his way to McDonald's because my grandma wanted food from McDonald's. So he went to go get my grandma food from McDonald's. Um, he went to go get my grandma food from McDonald's, and then when he got there, he had asked for a filet o fish, but at that time it was only like 10 o'clock in the morning. They were still serving breakfast. They wasn't serving lunch at the time. So he said to me like, "Oh, I'ma just go chill with my homie until um until they start serving lunch." So it was around like 10:45. I asked him like, "All right, so we still on for, you know, you pick them up, I drop them off," and yeah. So around like 10:55, I told him like, call me back, bust it up with your friend, and just call me when you get back to grandma's. He say, okay. So I go to like normal programming, folding my daughter's clothes. Now I'm like excited because they in school. And I get to prepare myself every day, like, catch a little break or whatever. Like some me time more so than a break. So around 11, I want to be, I want to say it was 11:04 a.m. I get a FaceTime from my husband. Now, when he FaceTime me, I answer the phone. My husband is like really silly. So when he called me on FaceTime, he's laying on the ground and he's like, "Oh, stink." I'm like, "Yes." He like, "I got shot." I'm like, "What?" I like, "Stop playing and get up." Now, when he said he got shot, it's like as calm as I'm saying it. That is how he was. It wasn't like a hysterical. It wasn't like a panic. It wasn't. It was stink. I got shot. So again, I'm like, get up and stop playing. Like, I'm not playing. So he like, I'm not playing. I'm serious. So I'm like, serious? I just got. So I got like, I'm confused. I'm trying not to panic because my other children are sitting on the bed as I'm folding the clothes. So if I panic, they'll already know that something is not right. And we try to cover them the best way we can. So I call my sister on the phone and I tell her, "Oh, get to the hospital right now," because she was the closest one to him. It would give me time to get down there. So as I'm driving in the car, because my sister is already at the hospital, again, they won't give her no answers or whatever. They say they waiting for the wife to get there or whatever. Now, as I'm driving down there, I am about 45 minutes away from the hospital. I'm trying to keep my composure, not panic, not break down in every tear that I have in my body. And I'm also still thinking about my children that's home and my children that's in daycare. So I take a deep breath. I call one of my husband's best friends and I tell them what's going on. But I really don't know how to break the news because I, I don't even know how to gather my own feelings at this moment. So um, it was like a ride of like silence but loud. Have you ever been in like quiet, like, but everything seems so loud? So that is what was happening. Like my the voices in my head was like I had so many questions. I didn't understand what had just happened. It only been 10 minutes since I hung up the phone. How, what, when, where, why is all the questions that are arising in my head. But no answer is coming to me because I don't even know what happened. When I get to the hospital, there is a doctor and a counselor that comes out to meet me. And the counselor says, can you come to the back with us? Now, in my head, I didn't equate what just happened to the news that I was about to receive. In my head, it was either he's dead or alive, and I had knew that he was alive. So when she asked me to sit down and talk to her, because she wanted to tell me what's going on, again, I'm just looking, and she says, your husband was shot 4 times, one in his back, one in his shoulder, one in his hip, and the other one in his butt. I'm like, damn, like, okay. And she says, the bullet in his back shattered his spine and he's paralyzed from the waist down. Then she say, no, the chest plate down. I just broke down in tears because I had never thought that he would be paralyzed. So I'm sitting there, my sister's sitting there, and we both just crying together because we are so like lost for words. We don't really understand what just happened, how it just happened, and to get that news, and now I have to break it to my children. And it's 9 children. This is not something easy. So then I start like thinking and just thinking, and again, the room is quiet, but it just seemed to be so loud. Let me know if you guys want to hear part 2 of what happened to my husband in the comments.